It is official. DJI is allowing us to fly wherever we want, however we want, with zero consequences. Literally, what's the worst that could possibly happen with this scenario?
The FBI is searching for whoever flew a drone that damaged a firefighting plane in Los Angeles. This Super Scooper plane was flying over the Palisades fire when it collided with a civilian drone over Malibu.
What's going on, bounty hunters? This is Trey G. Riley, the bounty hunter of videography. Now, we got some bombastic news that just came out earlier this week. DJI is saying, and I quote, "The latest firmware update to its Geo Fencing system reclassifies restricted zones as enhanced warning zones. The change means that drone operators are now responsible for monitoring their aircraft to ensure they do not encroach on FAA-designated flight restriction areas, as opposed to the automatic GPS-derived fencing that would not allow the drone to enter the restricted airspace." In simplest terms, DJI is removing the restrictions on allowing us to fly near unauthorized areas and allowing us as the pilots to make the proper judgments on where we're flying to our locations for our work. Now, this can go two separate ways. It allows proper pilots like you to be able to do the job that is necessary or what you have been hired to do. For example, I will have such a difficult time in Palm Springs, even in the Los Angeles area, flying my drone for doing real estate photography and videography because the property just so happened to be near LAX or any other private parts. Okay. But with the removal of geofencing, we are now able to accept the risk of flying into those locations. Well, bounty hunter, with all this freedom that we're now given by DJI, what is the downside to all of this? Well,
the LAFD has said flying drones during firefighting efforts is a crime and says it recovered parts of the drone that was heavily damaged by the collision. It's asking the public for tips to help them find the person responsible.
yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Who told that person to fly in a hazardous area? I want to know who was flying that drone. We need an investigation going on expeditiously. You have ruined the opportunities that we as proper drone pilots, like yourselves, would have used to not only create content, but to create a historical moment. You know, I understand the perception can look like, okay, these pilots are flying their drones in the fires for cloud chasing. Yes, there are some people out there that are willing to do that. But you have to understand, unfortunately, this has been one of the most historical fires we've ever had in the Los Angeles County. To be in a generation where everything has to be documented, there is the pursuit of being the first to capture history. Because of this pursuit and because of everything happening so quickly, the format of thinking things and a most logical way of executing this is pushed to the back burner. Because if this is an emergency, your rules are out of the window, just like this.
Oh no! I don't think they're supposed to be falling.
Video of this unfortunate drone show in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's where several of those drones fell out of the sky and one of them even hit a little boy.
Why are you flying so high up that our Canadian allies have to ground one of their aircrafts in support of the families, the first responders, all those men and women who are literally sacrificing their time and lives for the betterment of the community? I'm gonna need you to read the room. I'm gonna need you to read the room. Can you read the room? To the person that flew the drone towards our Canadian allies, I am praying for you because your days are numbered. Okay? Your flying is over. Okay? You could be facing 12 years in prison and or fines for what you did. Do you understand the validity and the catastrophe you could have caused just to get a 5-second video for 30 views and 2 likes? Because that's what I received. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's take this conversation to the next room. I don't think you can hear, but there's a bunch of cops. Sirens just going off right now. I'm just trying to record a YouTube video, man. Like, what is going on? Cuz? All right. It's about time y'all showed up. I've been waiting for you all day. It's probably because you did. It's about time y'all showed up. I've been waiting for you all day. It's probably because you didn't subscribe to the Bounty Hunter Media. I'll wait. Have you done it yet? Okay. Cool. I really feel sorry for the editor that's going to be editing this. All right. It is me, So, what is geofencing? What has been preventing drone pilots, both professional and recreational, to fly in the most obscure and very tight knit places? In simplest terms, geofencing is a location based technology that creates virtual boundaries around a physical area. So, for us as drone pilots, when we take our phones or we take the controller and before we fly, the DJI app will always tell us, hey, these are your areas where you are authorized to fly. Do you simply accept, right? And these particular areas are like nowhere flying around like 200, 400 feet. Anything past 120 meters, you are now in an unauthorized location, right? So anything below that, it's just a simple, yep, I accept. We'll keep it pushing. But if you're over locations that are near airports, right? Or any other private location, you're given this screen. And this screen pretty much tells you if you want to fly in this area, we need to simply approve it. And how that works is that when you look on the virtual map, there's a bunch of circles. Okay. And with those circles are different colors. You got your red, you got your orange, you got your blues, right? With the colors of circles, it lets you know what type of authorization you have. And if you're not approved, your drone literally cannot fly. I've traveled 4 hours to a shoot, had everything planned out, and one thing that I simply forgot was ensure that my drones were authorized to fly because they're all built by DJI. And when we got there, my cameras are all set up. The crew is ready to go. But when I got my drone, turned it on, perfect. Everything is working functionally. But internally, now there's a problem. See, we don't want you to fly at all. Oh, you forgot to do your homework. That's not our problem. That's a you problem. So now the key shot that we needed to shoot, that was aerial photography or aerial videography, we cannot do because one, we're in an area where none of us have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't even access the authorization, or I can't even type in the information needed to provide authorization, and that was a very very expensive learning lesson that I never want to deal with again. Another example was a time where I was shooting a $4.5 million house in Palm Springs, and they needed drone photography. Easy. That comes with the package, no problem. Get the drone, and I noticed on my way to the house that there are planes flying over the house. Oh boy.
Jetson made another one.
So when I got there, it's like, oh my gosh, hold on, it's not focus. Focus. Okay. And when I got there, I instantly started to freak out internally because your boy doesn't freak out externally. Never, ever. So when I got there, I'm like, okay, think about it. You knew this was going to happen. Maybe the person that hired you didn't realize it, but that's not their problem to solve. That is your problem as the drone pilot. So when I got there, I instantly remember, all right, I need a Wi-Fi. Hopefully I can get approval to fly within the next 10 to 15 minutes because I only had a 1 hour window to take photos of a $4.5 million home, both outdoor, outside, and inside. It is a big booty house. So I go into DJI Fly. I find the area that I need to go. I let them know, hey, this is only for a few minutes. I just need to grab photos. I'm only going to be around 200 feet. I'm not going 200 feet. The planes are flying at like 1,000 feet, if that's, like I can see them like literally landing down the runway, but still, I'm not going that high, right? Unlike this guy. So luckily, by having the Wi-Fi, following the proper procedures, I was able to fly, get my shot, no problem. Client is happy. But not many people are going to have that type of experience. The removal of geofencing in the DJI products is allowing us to be able to fly like cowboys, but accepting the risk that comes with it. There is a potential that you will fly into an unauthorized location and you will be fined. Now, here's the thing. Take this drone for example. This is a DJI Mini 4 Pro and her name is Bravo. One of my friends named her Dronelina. I stopped talking to her ever since. This drone weighs 249 grams. And correct me if I'm wrong, any drone under 249 grams legally do not need to be registered under the FAA. Any drone that weighs above 250 grams must be registered. And this type of registration pretty much creates a digital license plate. We finally have the responsibility to monitor our own flying limitations. These are all warnings moving forward, meaning if you read the warnings of flying over LAX and you see that blue circle or that red circle and you choose to ignore and fly in there, your booty is screwed tight. Editor, can we remove that? No? Okay, we keep it going. Okay. That's a pause right there, right? No? Okay. Now, this is a scary time for DJI because this could not have been the worst time to announce that you can freely fly your drone wherever you want during the LA fires. Now, if you go on their website, they fully explain this should not be looked at from a political standpoint. And I agree. But the context of timing, it's like read the room, right? Like read the room a little bit. Really? Yes, I get it. LA is just literally one city that is affected by the fires. One city and or county that has been affected by the fires. But it's very historic and everybody is simply talking about it right now, especially in the context of bringing all families back together and rebuilding that community because this is simply not fair for them. The politics come into play.
Flying drones during firefighting efforts is a crime.
Because of that, and also the fact that DJI as a company mainly produced by China, which is also on the list to be banned. Oh, you forgot that TikTok was the only thing that was going to be banned. You have sadly been mistaken. DJI has been on the list for a hot minute to see if they can remove this brand right here, that makes these beautiful working drones out of the market. Do you understand that an estimated 90% of law enforcement... I'll go back into my corner because I definitely don't know how to speak, so I'm gonna go over there. Continue. Do you understand? Nearly 90% of law enforcement, real estate agents, commercial videographers and photographers, however, use DJI because to me, DJI is the Apple product of drone photography. I don't even want to speak the other name brands because that's like saying that you want to go from Sony to Nikon. Ill. Don't ever talk to me about that ever again, unless it's Reds. You can talk to me about Reds. So I'm going to flip the script on you. In the comments below, let me know. Do you think DJI did the right thing on removing Geo Fencing for all pilots, both recreational and professional, despite their potential ban and the erasing events that have been going on in the LA fires? Let's talk about it in the comments below. This is DJI, the bounty hunter of videography. I'll see you next time. Say bye-bye to Bravo. Focus. 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 Just hold on. Stay there. Dang. Y'all so quick to leave. I swear y'all attention span. Jesus. You better subscribe to Bounty Hunter Media before you go. I don't want to be banned. Please don't ban me. And don't call me Jolina. That's not my name. It's all love. All right. Later.